Yeah, and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So I've been farming Juma Bags. Now these things you can pick up from this vendor just here, where you will spend 100 chaotic writings for each bag. And this is in the zone Valenhas, connected to the campaign Descent into Avernus. Now right now we have ×2 legacy campaign currency, and this means all of these 8 campaigns give us double currency, which means we're getting double the chaotic writings from our quests, from our heroic encounters, and from our Insurgencies. Insurgencies is definitely something you want to be doing after you complete an initial quest where you're going to have to do like 6 heroics. You'll be able to jump into Insurgencies, but only at certain time periods. Right now we have Rage of Bel active, so we cannot go to Insurgencies. On the live server, we currently have Rage of Bel inactive, and we can wait 28 minutes for Insurgencies to occur. And once they're active, you'll be able to head to the back of the stronghold here and through this portal, so long as you've finished your quest, and you get 200 chaotic writings per completion of an Insurgency. And then there's all these weekly quests as well, which will also give you 200 chaotic writings. And overall, you can farm these pretty rapidly. We got 100 right here, and we've copied this character over 50 times. And I'm going to, yes, show you the results after opening 5,000 of these. And we can see the certain drop rates and items that we can hope to obtain from these Juma Bags. And indeed, they have actually removed, well, at least from my 5,000 test, I never obtained one of them. And again, I'll go over that as soon as we finish opening these last 100 here. This is my 51st character. Yeah, it's been quite a grind to copy each of these. Now every bag will obtain a potion of rank 9 of either of the following stats. We can sort through here and you can see all those different stats. And these potions are pretty terrible. There are much better versions of these potions on the auction house with 3,600 stats, I believe. And otherwise you can obtain pretty regularly 2,500 rough astral diamonds, and also very commonly is your abyssal chicken vanity pets within this hand icon just here, and you'll be able to dismiss or summon those as your vanity pet. We currently had Zariel, and now you can see the chicken just here instead. And overall, these can just give you different gear pieces from this zone. We can check them all out in the collections here in Descent into Avernus. In the Antiquities of Avernus, we have all of the gear from Valenhas down the bottom section here. That's this stuff, and that comes from Juma Bags as well as mini bosses. And otherwise, you can obtain mounts, companions, upgrade tokens, Coalescent Motes, Stones of Health. And overall, let's have a look at what did we obtain after we opened 5,000 of these. Now, first of all, this was after opening 1,000, and I decided this wasn't good enough. I'm going to have to do better. So I pushed it all the way to 5,000. And you can see the different drops you're getting here. And indeed, if you've been watching my recent videos, I'm missing a Coalescent Mote here. My previous video, we opened one and we got one Coalescent Mote, but after opening 1,000, we didn't even obtain it. Well, we jumped to opening 5,000, and here you go. Here's the abyssal chicken drop rate, 30%. The gear, 30% as well. Rough astral diamonds, about 24%. After opening 5,000, we got nearly 3 million rough astral diamonds. That's 30 days of refining 100,000 per day. Companions were just over 5% their chance, so were mounts. But then you can see the breakdown of the percentages of the different quality of companions. For example, getting a green companion was about a 3% chance when you open a bag, and blue was 1.64%, and purple was 0.68%. And then same with the mounts here. They seem to have a little bit of a less chance, but across the board I think they would be the same. It just depends on your luck, your RNG. And overall, we did obtain a good bit more purple companions than mounts, which is a little odd. And super rare was this gray companion. It's just crazy. And overall, the desirable rewards would be, yeah, these Mythic Stones of Health and ultimately these Coalescent Motes. But we opened 5,000 and we only got one. And this is like 2 years later than when Reiner did all this. He went and he opened 2,500 about 2 years ago, February the 2nd. And he got these certain drop chances here. did some great work here. And ultimately you can see he also only got like one Coalescent Mote, and thus it had a 0.04% chance. And for me, I only got one Coalescent Mote in 5,000, which makes it a 0.02% chance. And overall you can see the drop chance for companions and mounts and the different qualities as well. And looking back on Reiner's video, you can see they're pretty similar to the ones I got. However, missing from my test was these scrolls of mass life. They seem to have completely just up and removed those. I never got a single scroll of mass life at all. We got a bunch of scrolls of life, a bunch of companion tokens. Sadly, they haven't added mount tokens here, preservation wards, legendary dragon keys, and overall you can have again look at this chart. But from the companions that we did obtain, like 155 green ones, 82 blues, and 34 purples, we can see these are all the purple ones. And we did indeed get 3 Mystagogs, which is like one of the best companions to run in AoE at the moment, along with the Succumbus and the Ingumbus. And here was our Dharmaran Shepherd. You can get this thing, I believe, for 2 gold, and it's essentially the dog companion. So it is super rare that it drops from here. It's rare, but not good. And here's our epic companions. We do miss one on the character that we did go and drop this Coalescent Mote and this Greater Stone of Health. Here's our Panther. We can transfer that over to the other character. I would like to also transfer all of these companions, record them down like Reiner did with his dedication. You can see his like a list here. He calculated every single companion and how many times it dropped as well, and overall looking and comparing with his list, and ultimately we can see that these do contain some of the best companions. For example, the Owlbear Cub is within these Juma bags, so if you need that, potentially you could get lucky. Xuno is in here, potentially the Paranoid Delusion's in here. I'm not entirely sure. From what I can see, when module 18 went live with Valenhas, I'm pretty sure all of the companions before that did get added to these Juma bags, and anything after that, so anything like the Lich from the new lockbox, Minsk, your Incumbus and your Succubus, none of those are in here because they're all newer than when Juma was released. Like even Celeste's here, and those are like premium companions. You could only really get them from the Zen store and sometimes get them from dungeon drops even now. And ultimately it would be interesting to figure out, compare between me, Reiner, what he did and what I got. But again, with so many different companions, it's going to take me a while to put them all together, make a massive list. And if you're interested in me doing so, I can put in the work and make another video on this. But overall, these are kind of the drop chances and what you can hope to obtain from Juma bags. I would assume after opening 5,000, I would have at least got pretty much every single reward bar Pacific Companion, since their drop chances per individual one becomes super low. In my opinion, it is indeed worth farming Juma bags if you just want to take a gamble at how lucky you are to maybe get a companion that you might need. You don't really want to do this for mounts, as you can generally get much cheaper and the ones you want from the auction house. And overall, the other rewards like Coalescent Motes, Preservation Wards, Companion Tokens, they're so rare and they drop so infrequently that you can't really rely on just farming these to actually get that. Like to farm 5,000 Juma bags is going to take you days and days and days of grinding. And even after that, we didn't end up with a whole lot of stuff. So ultimately, is Juma bags worth farming? Well, in my opinion, it's not really, outside of when you really have nothing else to do in the game. If you've already gone and met your daily 100,000 rough Astra diamonds and you're wondering what else to do, and the times 2 currency event is active, then I would highly recommend spending that spared bit of time to farm Juma bags if you don't have much else to do. But if you have dungeon delvers as well, you might want to consider just farming some dungeons for some premium drops. Right now we have the soul infused Bulgura heroic encounter, and it's an another good one and very quick. You can complete and get a Juma bag. It gives 50 chaotic writings normally, and with this times 2 it gives 100, and each insurgency gives you 200, which is the equivalent of 2 Juma bags. And overall it's a good grind, especially for free to play players to pick up certain companions and mounts, and otherwise outside of events this is kind of a grind you would do. But again, it's not something I would prioritize ahead of something like getting your 100,000 rough astral diamonds, since that will lead you towards being able to buy what you want from the auction house and so on. So overall, hopefully this has been somewhat insightful and helps you guys. There should be a link in the description where you can download my chart and you can save that, and I might make another one in a mod or two. It's a lot of work to do this. It took me like 6 hours to accumulate all the data together and open all of those Juma bags, and that's not counting farming them. So with that said, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going, and if I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.